Raanan is fat and he's a Jew. He'll tell you something that you already knew. Your favorite movie sucks. Your favorite movie sucks. American Beauty or Forrest Gump. Your favorite movie sucks.
We are back with another episode of Your Favorite Movie Sucks, the show where I watch my friends' favorite movies. We break it down. I say what I like, what I don't like about it. Today we have a fellow Jew from Kentucky. I think the only other Jewish comedian from Kentucky that's in New York, I guess. Yeah. I mean, there's other Jewish comedians, I think, in Kentucky, but they're in Kentucky.
I don't know if there are. Are there?
Well, there's like that one guy from Louisville.
There's my entire synagogue that thinks they are.
My rabbi used to slip in jokes in the Devar Torah, and but I guess it is just me and you, which is nice. It's nice. We're both just we're both kind of fighting over this one niche.
You know what's nice? So I was going to say, though, the interesting thing is when we both first got here, because we got to New York around the same time.
Yes. Did we know each other beforehand?
I had met you one time in Louisville.
Okay, yeah.
But we both were doing a lot of jokes about being Jewish from Kentucky. And you would always check in with me to be do you have this joke? I never checked in with you. So thank you for doing that. But it's cool to see as we've both grown, we neither of us, I think, are talking so much about that part anymore.
Yeah.
Because we've evolved as comedians and people. And so it's like.
And we also know it's kind of bullshit, I think. I don't know. Like the whole Kentucky thing, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I always felt like when I made fun of the Jew in Kentucky, I always felt like it wasn't really accurate because I don't know, Louisville and Lexington, they are cities. It's not like it's not Deliverance.
I would say when I was growing up, Lexington was not a city.
Yours
Lexington
was
like a college town.
You should be mad at me because yours is a more authentic niche.
Yeah, I was like, mine, I think everything I said really happened.
Me, I was just like, I'm a Jew from Kentucky. It's crazy.
And
but
it's
I'm like
basically Indiana.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I would always check in with you. To be fair, I think I was, not to make myself look not as great as I come off, I think I may have been checking in with you when someone was like, that sounds like an Ariel joke.
Oh, interesting. Somebody was just making you feel guilty.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have seen, and it's no stealing. It's just kind of like-minded. We're both writers, and I've seen you do bits where I'm like, oh, I have that same bit, almost word for word. And I'm just like, I mean, I think we have a similar bit about Hanukkah. It's nothing like,
and I know somebody else who has that same
which
bit
is just
about Hanukkah.
and that's the tough thing about comedy. It's like, on one hand, you're like, well, if everyone can think of it, it's not unique. But actually, that's not true because some of the best jokes are like, wow, I can't believe no one got there yet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's hard to know if it's like, it's hard to know the difference between I can't believe no one got there yet and other people have got there, And
it speaks to, the best jokes are also when people in the audience are like, oh, that's so true. Which inherently means other comedians have been like, this is true.
Yeah.
Therefore, I've written it down.
Yeah, the audience has to know it's true somewhere in them, right? They can't just be like, what? But it's cool to it's cool to have we both have that, we both started that branding and we've broken free, though we both have specials this year with Jewish in the title.
What's yours? Plug yours.
Morbidly Jewish.
A Jewish star.
Jewish star. Yeah. Check out both our specials, available now. She's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
We're all Jews, Kentucky, very funny. Did you grow up conservative like me?
Yeah,
very similar.
Yeah. And do you not now belong to a synagogue like me?
I do not belong to a synagogue. I don't even know where to, I don't know. I honestly sometimes the idea of it seems nice, and maybe now that I'm having a kid, it'll be different.
Are you guys have you talked about that?
No. Well,
are you circumcising? I know you're having a girl.
But. Yeah, we are. We're still circumcising. I believe in the African tradition. And I don't know. I just, even the idea, I don't even know how you even go to do you just show up? Do you have to sign in? Or?
I think so.
I don't even really know.
I don't know how it is here.
Yeah.
Because in Kentucky, you can just show up because they're like, oh my God, a new person. Get in.
Right.
They're
so desperate
excited to see you.
But here, they're like, are you a member? Do you have to start paying right away?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Also, it's so Jewish to be concerned about the money immediately.
Well, I would feel uncomfortable being like, do I have to, I'd feel uncomfortable being like, how many times can I go here for free before they're like, you need to pay a membership?
They'll say something. They'll let you know.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not going to pay to be bored out of my fucking mind. What is the point of that?
You don't find it at all meditative?
I guess it's just meditative is like a different way to look at boredom, right? Like as a kid, you're bored, but then as an adult and you're sad, you're like, oh, maybe just not being able to like think about shit for a little bit is nice. Yeah. So I guess boredom becomes meditation.
I don't know.
The more suffering you go through life.
To me, it's an interpretation of how time is passing.
Yeah.
Boredom is like, oh my God, time will not pass.
You want it to pass and it won't.
Right. But meditative is more like, oh, I can't believe so much time has passed because I was in a different mind state.
But you're fighting off the other urge when you meditate, I feel like. You're kind of being like, there's a part of me that wants this to go faster, but I have to fight that urge to become meditative, right?
Sure. It's
right?
hard.
Because meditation's hard. It's hard to just like, there's that party that's like, I want to just be done with this. There's that party that's just like, on the go.
Can I just die already? Can I just be done with life?
Yeah, it's hard to like slow shit down, you know? It's definitely not my default mode by any means. I'm always like, let's get to the next thing. Let's, which is not great.
With this podcast?
Yeah. Next guest. They're in the hallway. But today we're here to talk about, there is some Jewish elements in the movie we're talking about. Somewhat of a stereotype, and Southern, all stereotypes, but fun. The Jewish one is a little, it's hurtful because it's an accurate view of a Jew in which is like, he's kind of right about everything, but it's just annoying. You know what I mean? It's just like,
us, baby.
Yeah. Jews are Lisa Simpson, And, so we're talking about My Cousin Vinny, which is on your list. Now, do you remember the first time you saw My Cousin Vinny?
I remember my parents had it on VHS. We watched it over winter break in New Jersey, visiting my grandparents.
Oh, nice.
In
New Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember if it was a gift that maybe my grandparents got my parents for Hanukkah, but I remember before we sat down and watched it, my mom goes, promise me you can watch it, but it's rated R. And I was not old enough to watch a rated R movie. And she goes, you can watch it, but you have to promise to never repeat anything that you hear in this movie. Because
you could never become a lawyer.
So it's just all, because they're just saying fuck like a
There's
bunch.
a lot of cursing, yeah.
And then we all watched it together. And then, the whole family, we're quoting every line. We're all doing My Cousin Vinny. And I was like, well, come on. And so then
you just had to.
So I think initially part of why it was my favorite movie for a long time is because it was the only movie where I was allowed to see people saying fuck and like curse.
Oh, I see. So it's like your adult movie that you could watch.
Right. Yeah. I felt like I was like, oh, I'm so grown up. Like, just like me, like smoking on having like a candy cigarette while I'm watching.
It is kind of like this adult movie that kids can watch.
Yeah.
And very much having Joe Pesci. It's like a domesticated Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
He's not like beating up anyone, but he is still Joe Pesci.
He is beating up somebody.
He does beat up somebody. In one of the worst choreographed things I've ever seen. I rewatched it. I was like, what is going on there? We'll get to that.
He has to like jump up too.
He literally he jumps up while punching. It's wild. It's like a weird wrestling move. But no, that makes sense. And honestly, I do think the 90s, the best example, to me, the video cassette of My Cousin Vinny is the 90s.
Yeah.
Everyone had that video cassette.
Did they?
I feel like they did. I feel like everyone just roll with me on it. I
okay,
know.
yeah,
I could
yeah.
be wrong.
No, yeah, totally. Sorry.
I'm
Jewish. I'm right, but annoying.
No, I feel like I just always saw it because it was such a classic 90s comedy, and parents... Like adults loved it. I remember this guy who's such a square he actually comes to my shows, one of my parents' friends, and he always sits in the front row and he hates it. And he tells it's not like I'm projecting. He's like, I don't like your comedy, but he does it because he thinks he should support, and he thinks supporting is just sitting there in the front row like hating it. Like he still thinks that's some kind of support, And it's like Judaism. He's like going through the deeds, but not happy about it.
He's there to meditate.
Yeah, exactly. And but he loved My Cousin Vinny. I feel I don't know why I brought that up, but I just feel like My Cousin Vinny is like, and he was a square guy, And My Cousin Vinny is as like adult you can get, where square people can still like it.
Yeah,
because it is wholesome at heart.
Yeah,
like Analyze This or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very analyzed.
Yeah, it's like a domesticated Joe Pesci, domesticated De Niro. The difference is, I feel like De Niro always plays like he's in a comedy. When he's in a comedy, I think it hurts it. I think there's like a little over the topness to it. And Joe Pesci doesn't change anything, which makes it so great. You know? But yeah, so it's such a 90s movie. Have you seen it a lot since then? Or?
Yeah. Well, so the other thing at my grandparents' house, they didn't have cable. So whenever we would go for 2 weeks for winter break, and then 1 week in the spring. And we would bring our own VHS tapes.
Oh, wow.
In the car.
Different world.
And whatever we brought, that's what we were watching.
It was in the
for
rotation.
2 weeks. So it was in the rotation. It was something we could all watch. It was that. It was Shrek. It was the whole 9 yards.
Everyone has like 15 random movies in their rotation of the childhood.
Yes.
And they're very random. And it's just like, you're like, and those movies just kind of like, you like some of them you never see again, but you just like have them imprinted in your memory.
Yep, they're in there.
So whole 9 yard, that's perfect for the rotation. It's just so arbitrary.
That Charlie's Angels.
That was in the rotation.
Was in
there. You're younger? I feel like you're younger than me because
how old are you?
I'm 41.
Yeah, I'm younger than you.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're like a couple years younger.
I'm 36.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because I don't think Shrek would be in my rotation.
Yeah, too young.
Yeah, too young. Yeah, because for me it was like, and also I have an older brother, older sister. So for me in my rotation, for some reason we had Beverly. What was it called? Troop Beverly Hills. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was in my rotation.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I had sisters, I guess.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Troop Beverly Hills. Yeah.
The one from Cheers.
Shelley Long.
Shelley Long, yeah. I had that. I had this Hawaiian movie, that had Lori Loughlin in it. I forget what it's called now. It was about a big wave. It was a surfing movie.
Was it
People in the comments are going to say what it is.
Blue Crush?
No, that's later. But
Okay.
I do remember that cover, and that cover is not to get pervy, but that what a cover,
sure.
you know?
Yeah.
Was that Jessica Alba? No, it was like a blonde hair.
No, it was blonde. Somebody blonde.
But I can't get too pervy in a basement. It makes women guests feel uncomfortable. But so what else? So what else was in my rotation? I'm trying to think. My Blue Heaven.
What was My Blue Heaven?
Steve Martin and Rick Moranis.
Oh, that's good.
It's a great movie.
I never saw it.
What else was it?
What else was in ours? I think like Rookie of the Year.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Little Big League. We were big on baseball movies.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Richie Rich.
Richie Rich.
Mm-hmm. That was a big one. That's a fun.
I don't remember really that fun. One. Yeah, it is a different. The rotations are very different years. I mean, we're talking like what 8 years apart.
You and me?
Or no?
We're 5.
5 years apart.
But always in the rotation was My Cousin Vinny. And because we were there for 2 weeks and because there was nothing to do, we were in the woods in New Jersey. It wasn't like, it wasn't like you could like go do anything.
Right.
We weren't even close to New York. So we would just watch. I mean, I maybe watched it every day.
Wow.
For years, for 3 weeks out of every year. And then it became a movie that would come on TV a lot. So then it was just like, when you're channel surfing.
Yeah.
And it would just be on. You'd be like, all right, I'll watch this. And even still, I'll still do it.
It is interesting, like as kids. I mean, yeah, we can do it now, rewatch a movie. But as kids, that was just the default mode to rewatch.
Oh, I rewatch.
You rewatch a lot?
I don't know if you noticed too on my list, because you asked for like your top 5
movies.
Yeah. All of mine are older. Because I don't watch a lot of movies because I have a hard time watching new things.
Oh, really?
And I have a hard time, especially with movies, because it's such a commitment.
Oh, wow. So you're just you treat it like songs where you just listen to it over and over again.
Yeah. So I find a lot of comfort in rewatching.
Oh, interesting.
Anything, TV or movies. I'll reread books.
That's interesting.
I have a hard time with new stuff.
I'm the opposite. I only rewatch something if like someone else is watching it like with me that hasn't seen it.
Huh.
Like I'll live vicariously. I mean, sometimes I'll rewatch something, but I don't rewatch something where I know every moment.
I think that's probably a better way to live, the way that you're living.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, it sounds like you also probably don't care about movies as much.
No, it's just
it's more of like I'd like to see new things of the thing I like.
I don't love like new movie. I am part of the problem. So I'll go with a group of friends. I'll like go to the movies once a year maybe, and like on a plane I'll watch a movie because you're like stuck there anyway.
Right, plane, yeah, of course. Everyone's a movie fan on the planes. A lot of people who don't watch movies at all on the plane, they're they're finally watching it. So My Cousin Vinny, it's in the rotation. You've watched it for years, so it's really grown up with you. Are there things you didn't get that you now get? Kind of like that, like,
yeah,
you know.
I don't think I understood any of it when I first saw it.
Right.
I just knew it was kind of funny, but I didn't understand any of. I mean, I knew that they were like wrongfully accused of murder, which is also like such a funny premise for a comedy.
It's such a high stakes, whimsical. We'll go through the whole movie, but it's such a high stakes, like lighthearted movie.
Yeah,
like it's lighthearted, but it involves the death penalty.
Yeah, which you forget. They don't. And they'll hammer it home.
They hammer it home.
I mean, the things that they do, they have the lights dim in
yeah,
the prison.
I always remember that as a kid. I always the lights dimming, you know. I mean, what
as a kid, I didn't know what that was. Like
I can't remember. Yeah, maybe like as I got older, I would just realize it. But it is interesting because it is like it is a high stakes thing to the point where if you think about it, you're like, Joe Pesci is wildly irresponsible for taking on this case. Like he should really give it to someone else because he's literally like, I just got a vibe that I can do it. I just got a feeling that I can like, and Ralph Macchio is cool with it. He's just like, sure, well, give it. It's like
it's family.
It's family.
They're so Italian,
but it is very Italian. But I feel like if your life is on the line, it shouldn't be like also a time for the other person to learn how to be a lawyer. Like it shouldn't be both those things at once. Like this should not be your trial by fire.
And they do give you they give the other option of the public defender,
right?
Which also just shows how horrible a lot of public defense. They're doing the Lord's work. I'm not saying that they're not, but a lot of them are, overworked and under like supported
and have a really bad stutter.
That should be.
I believe, and I love My Cousin Vinny. I think it's such a hilarious movie. I think to me the funniest part is the part with the lawyer Austin Pendleton when he's asking the questions that he's for some reason not prepared for the wrong answer.
Yeah, not at all.
And he keeps on getting the wrong. It is so funny. It's almost like an SNL character, like at that point. And the stutter part's okay. I mean, I think the stutter part's kind of funny. I feel bad for people stutters watching it.
I think what I love about it is like the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
There are some movies and some shows that have a certain like cadence and rhythm that make it like so comforting to me.
Yeah.
And his stutter goes to that.
It does go to that.
Like trying to say identical is like that's in my head forever.
Of course, yeah. I mean, there's so many quotable lines, but just him just going, and can you see that? It's like, yep. And just asking, having no...
Without wearing your prescription glasses.
Yep, I can. And it's like the readers. And like him just... Not just the idea of a character not having any escape plan from the answer not being what they want.
Yes.
And then the look he gives when he says no further questions, this look of like, you really got me good.
That guy's good, huh? I mean, who could have done better with that guy?
I mean, it's one of the greatest comedic like cameos or not of all time. It's incredible.
Yeah. It's also
no further questions.
But I do think it goes to the point of like, look, the stutter is not the main issue.
No,
with this guy.
Yeah.
Yes, that is not playing well for the jury, and as an audience, you're just like, get it out, just like
it's not the stutter. You're right. It's the fact that he thinks he's doing good.
Yes, and the issue, and that nobody could possibly do better.
Yeah. It's the arrogance, the unearned, not even arrogance, just this confidence that's not at all threatened by what's happening. Like when he stutters through that, his look when he sits down he's just like, all right.
I mean, the best is he goes, I'm getting better.
You know what it is? It's a man who's way too easy on himself.
Yes.
It's a man who really like you're supposed to not be hard on yourself. He's like a little too easy.
Which I think is like a lot of men in power.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of the people in
he's
that
just
movie.
a public defender. Let's not go crazy.
Sure.
But he is but yes, that's also true for men in power. So it is just an amazing character. I mean, the movie starts with you start with the two of them. The movie is all stereotypes, but they're fun. You got the Italian stereotype and the Jewish stereotype right away. Just a New York stereotype in the South. The Jew is annoying, but right.
Immediately talking about prices of canned food.
And I will say this. I am not gay. But Ralph Macchio is the hottest man I've ever seen. Like I was
really
watching
cute
it with
in that
Kate.
movie.
I'm like, he is just so hot.
It's interesting. I don't.
Did that come to you? Like, I'm just like amazed. I guess maybe I am a little gay. I don't know, but like he's just so hot.
I don't think I've ever thought about him. I thought he was cute. I don't know if I would attribute the word hot.
I guess if I'm saying someone's hot in a movie is Marissa Tomei, and the person I'm bringing up is Ralph Macchio. She's also very hot.
For me, it's the Herman Munster guy.
He is incredible. Fred Gwynn. I mean, that face is amazing. Everyone's face in it is just incredible.
That tree trunk, you know?
Yeah. It is such it's the longest face. He must have Marfan syndrome, right?
Maybe. he must have.
He had to have played Lincoln at some point. Or a Frankenstein Lincoln.
An off-Broadway show about Lincoln.
He's incredible. He's one of those guys where you're like, no one else could, like, he's so perfect.
It's a perfectly cast movie.
It really
There's
is.
nobody who you would sub out and think like,
I have one issue, as I'm known for this podcast. It's only a thought. It came to me this time.
Okay.
I feel bad saying it, but it's just kind of what came to me. Joe Pesci's so great in this and so just like in the role. Marissa Tomei, actually watching it again, does come off now as like very actor-y, like playing the character. Am I allowed to even say that?
Your issue is Marissa Tomei in this movie?
Yeah, I think so. It just doesn't she just doesn't make me laugh. I think there's like, maybe it's because I think she's a good actress and she's in a lot of things I like. And maybe it's because I know her so well, but when I see her doing that, I see someone doing a character. Well, the problem is you're with Joe Pesci, who's the most authentic person ever.
I couldn't disagree with this
more.
I mean,
this is what the charm of this podcast
She is a character, but like, so is he. Like, they're all characters.
He seems very real.
She seems very real. Go to Staten Island. You'll meet that woman.
I know, yeah. I guess it's true. It's like she is like, that is a cartoonish person in general.
Every woman on Staten Island is a cartoonish person.
Maybe I just don't find her lines as funny. I don't know. She just didn't do it for me. That's insane?
That's insane. Not even the famous, meanwhile, my biological clock is, that scene did nothing for you?
I like her outfits.
The deer scene, when he tells her he's going to go hunt, and she does this whole monologue, this whole image from the deer's perspective.
I mean, she's right. She's right about that. It's not funny when you're right, though.
I'm so mad.
It just doesn't make me laugh really
it
like the other
funny
characters.
When you're right. That's your whole act.
It's not my act. I'm wrong. I don't know. I mean, she's just, she's charming. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. It just felt a little, and I think she's a great actress. I love her in a lot of stuff. It just feels, and maybe it was like the first time someone doing that character.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just like been done a lot now, but I didn't connect to that. Other than that, all the other men in the movie are hilarious. But and she won the Academy Award.
She did.
Which is,
And that was her. It's like, I don't know for sure, but it was like very rare to win the Academy Award for a comedy, right?
Very rare. And I don't know if people felt like it was undeserved. I know Family Guy made a joke about it years later that whenever Family Guy does a joke, it makes your head think like, they've ruined a lot of things.
Sure.
They've ruined Randy Newman in a bad way. Randy Newman's a great artist, and they try to like make him look like a clown,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was like a surprise, I think, right? I don't know who else was nominated.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't watch that year, 1994 or whatever.
I don't think she's terrible. I guess I just wonder if there was someone more like, I don't know. It's just, I think Joe Pesci is like the greatest actor of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so, to me, like just himself that her performance seemed a little more broad than him. And I guess that's the problem with going up against Joe Pesci is that he's just so present and like just feels real that like maybe anyone in that character just feels a little like over the top to me.
I think everybody in that movie is a little over the top, right? It's all stereotypes.
I guess that's true.
I think she does an incredible job with it. I am curious who you would cast as her role, who you think would do better.
Well, I mean, do I have to do someone for like who was around at that time, or can I pick from different?
Let's make it fun. Pick anybody.
I think Adriana from Sopranos.
Okay.
I feel like she has more of that.
I don't know The Sopranos. I've tried. You know,
this only works if you've seen other things.
And I haven't. I've tried with this. I've tried like 3 different times to watch The Sopranos,
Really?
and I cannot get into it.
Oh man, it's the best.
Can't do it.
I mean, there's a lot of cartooniness in there too. I guess it's just, I don't know. There's something where it's like it just feels. I just see an actor doing a character. Okay. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
We don't have to act like I'm like supporting Clarence Thomas here or something. You know.
I accept it.
You know, it just feels like a bit of a. But look, I also think Joe Pesci is such a great actor that he kind of like steals the show from Robert De Niro in every movie he's in. You know what I mean? So it's like I just think he's always like, and maybe it's the problem with him. He's always just a little more authentic than everyone else. So it's like it's But other than that, I love the movie.
Okay, good. Thank God.
The beginning of the movie is you starts with the crime, which is a funny miscommunication with the tuna fish, and they're all they go a long time playing that miscommunication. There's 2 great miscommunications in the beginning. You got that, and then you have Joe Pesci in the prison thinking he's gonna rape them both.
Oh, right.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So it's like two great miscommunications right away, and then you have Joe Pesci taking the case. It is funny, like it is such a high stake thing because he is about like they're trying to execute him.
Yeah,
like they are trying to execute him,
yeah.
Which is I like that it's kind of high stakes because it's like why not just make it high stakes, you know?
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder like should Joe Pesci really be taking this?
I mean, look, no, nobody makes the right decisions at any point in the movie, right? Like Joe Pesci should not have taken the case. Ralph Macchio shouldn't have called his mom as the one phone call also.
Well, who should have called?
A lawyer.
I don't think he knew any
I guess
lawyers.
he just doesn't know any lawyers. Yeah, you're right. But the mom telling him we have a lawyer in the family is also so funny. Doesn't do a second of research, not a moment of reaching out to anybody else who might be a criminal.
Which is funny because he's questioning him quite a bit once he's there. He's like, "You've taken some," like he's like, "But you're the one who hired him without questioning him. You should have had this question beforehand, you know." But
it's family, man.
It's family, and I feel like they can't. They can't. It's also very funny. He was on the phone with his mom. He's like, "Mom, I got arrested." Mom, calm down. Calm down. Mom. It is like there is this weird tension in the movie where like a Jew and an Italian there. It does feel a little like that civil rights thing where the guys got killed in the South, you know.
Oh yeah, Leo. Yeah.
And there's this like it's an interesting movie because they don't really bring up the Yankee tension, but it's very much there.
What do you mean they don't bring it up? They bring it up constantly.
Yeah, I guess no one, like the lawyers don't go like this guy from New York. No one says it like that.
No, because it's the South. Nothing is outright said in the South. Everything is subtle and behind your back and underhanded, and you have to guess what you have to figure out what people are saying.
Right.
Or what they mean what they say.
You're right. It does a great depiction of that. Everyone's very polite on the surface, and then they kind of throw in some shade.
It actually feels like whoever made the movie did spend a lot of time in Alabama.
Yeah.
And got to understand Alabama in a way that made it okay the way that they make fun of it. In the way that I think you and I make fun of Kentucky.
I agree. Because even though there's like this, obviously it's making fun of like the obvious like stereotypes.
Right.
There is this like taking it seriously in the movie that makes it work. Like it's like how an impression is not offensive if it's really realistic. Mm-hmm. Like there is something like where it's like it's not like demeaning. Like yeah, they do have some morons there, but the judge is clearly not a moron.
Right. And neither is the prosecutor.
And neither is the prosecutor. And they're both clearly like it makes sense that they're like the judge is like very aware of how his court, might get disrespected. You know what I mean? So it's like it is and it just treats it all real. I mean, that's why it's so great, I think. There is like a deadpanness to it. Even though it has broad moments, there's like this deadpan, like where like they're all taking it just very seriously. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They're taking it very seriously. There's like a real love that seems to run through underneath everything.
Yes.
Like whether it's a love for each other or a love for law and just whatever it is. Or like this victim who we never actually meet Well, we do for like a second, but in the very beginning, the clerk who's killed. But it's all this sort of like, you can see how that's affected this small town,
right?
Even though you don't actually, they don't actually tell you how it's affected.
Right.
You can see like the anger in people. That's why they're ready to go to the death penalty.
And how they're so quick to say they saw them.
Right.
Like everyone is very quick.
And to be fair, they did see two guys in a mint green convertible.
It is like, kind of one of those things where, and I've always said this for certain crimes, like it's such a coincidence that unless they really find evidence, which they did in this, it's such a coincidence. Like you kind of have to fry the guy.
Yeah,
like it's just not believable that like I've had that before. Like I don't know if you remember Making a Murderer, that documentary.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it.
I always thought that guy clearly killed that woman. And the idea that he didn't, but the body like somehow ended up in his yard, I'm like, maybe that's possible, but it's such a coincidence that you have to go to jail. You know what I mean? Like you can't, you know.
I mean, it is possible. It's also like, look, this movie was made in the early mid 90s before I think we realized how unreliable eyewitness testimony could be.
Right.
And yet this movie does such a good job of pointing out, taking apart each individual eyewitness and why they might not be reliable. And it's not because they're bad people. It's not because they're like knowingly lying.
No.
It's because they're human beings.
They're human beings. They want maybe the attention and they want to help and they think this guy killed. Yeah, they think this guy killed. I mean, there is like, I guess there's like kind of two parts of the movie. There's the first part where like Joe Pesci's very bad at being a lawyer. And it's very funny, and he gets in contempt immediately. And one of the best, funniest shots of the movie is him in the bus, like there, and then camera panning to his defendants in the other seats watching him. I mean, that part's just kind of amazing.
That part's great. I thought you were going to say one of my favorite pans, too, is there's this running gag about how he doesn't sleep well anywhere.
The one in the prison,
and then he finally in prison that's where he sleeps well because everybody's screaming and shouting and it sounds just like New York City.
Yeah, it is an interesting thing. I was to say that to Kate when we were watching. It's like it's funny, like he can't sleep before that joke. They do that joke. I forgot about that joke. He like has trouble sleeping in the South.
Yeah,
and it is the difference between general sounds and specific sounds, right? I guess like it's like the cacophony of New York,
right?
While in the South it's just like one steam engine, one factory, one train,
one herd of squealing pigs.
And I mean, there's so many amazing little. I mean, the first time you see the bailiff with the giant mustache, the black guy with it's just such a big mustache. his opening arguments when he's like everything he just said is bullshit. I mean, it's one of the funniest. I mean, it's the ultimate like fish out of water movie. It is literally the template for the fish out of water movie. But he becomes a good lawyer very quickly. And that's basically the second half of the movie.
Well, and it's like you can see how this is just a guy who like never quite got the chance.
Right.
To learn. But if you give him the chance.
Yes.
Which is what he's asking Ralph Macchio for,
in
right?
a magic trick.
Yes. That scene as a kid, I was like, cool magic trick. Like, I didn't know.
You got to hand it to Ralph Macchio. He is very calm and collected during the whole thing.
And so hot.
It's so hot. But he's just very like, when they go to jail in the beginning and the Jew is getting all Jewy and like, there's another bunkmate. And Ralph Macchio is like, just shut up and calm down. I'm like, why is he so calm? I guess I'm relating to the Jew in that situation.
Yeah, I wonder if it's to like juxtapose, to like make Stan's anxiety seem even more intense.
He's just a calm guy.
He's
charged
just a calm
with murder.
guy.
He's very calm. Even when he finds out he's charged, he's like, "Can you believe this?"
Well, because his whole personality is like, everything's going to work out. We didn't do anything wrong.
Which I guess you do kind of assume for a while.
Yeah, it's also so antithetical to being Jewish, right? Jews are like, we didn't do anything wrong, but of course they're going to come for us.
Right, that's the Kafka way. Yeah.
So it's
but he's like, we didn't do anything wrong. Yeah,
right.
and
they'll figure it out. It's just a big misunderstanding.
Not until he's in the chair where they'd be like, maybe this isn't working out. I mean, it's true. If I got wrongfully charged with murder, I would just assume I was going to get off.
Right. You'd be like, this is just... Let me explain.
Yeah, like surely they can find something, you know. But I mean, no, you got to hand it to him. And then in the second part of the trial, he's great with all the witnesses. And he's not asking. The big conflict is Marissa Tomei wants him to help her. She wants to offer help.
Yeah, she wants to help.
And he doesn't want.
He wants to do it on his own.
He wants to do it on his own.
He's a little toxic boy.
He's a little toxic boy. Now, when she's taking those pictures, remember when and he's looking at the pictures later, was she taking those pictures as evidence or just taking pictures to like take pictures? I don't
That's
really
a good question. I don't know. Why did she take those pictures?
I can't tell if it was evidence or just taking pictures around the house.
I mean, she did take like lots of dumb little. Remember, him coming out of the shower.
He's actually really mean to her.
He's so mean to her.
And there's a couple parts where it's like he's actually grabbing her. It is very much Goodfellas-ish. Like he is grabbing her and pushing her.
Yeah.
And she is so much hotter than him. He should really just be very grateful that she's with him.
There's a lot of like, that's a relationship also that I didn't understand.
That someone so hot could be with.
No, not that. I watched King of Queens. I understood. That's a relationship that's depicted often.
Yeah, that's true.
No, this relationship of like this volatile like arguing.
Yeah, that's like health. That's
basically their love language. Like that's their foreplay. And I didn't understand that until I moved to New York.
See, I don't either. It's interesting because we're Jews, but we're from the South.
Right.
And Kate is Italianish, and she's from New York. And she will often, I'll be like, why are you yelling? And she's like, I'm not yelling. I'm just passionate. You know what I mean? It's like when Cuomo rapes people. It's like, I'm just Italian,
right.
you know?
It's my favorite defense in the world.
But like, I think she's yelling because like her, I guess in her family, they would just yell.
Yeah.
But even though I'm a Jew, like, I guess I do have some of that South politeness where I'm not into like yelling or conflict, you know?
A hilarious thing for you to say that you don't yell. But
off stage.
Yes. But I think we all, like Jews, we bicker.
Yeah.
Like we're very good at like, we are very good at arguing, but it's not the same as fighting.
Yeah, it's not a confrontational in the same way.
No, and it's never personal.
It's never personal. There's not like violence. Like I just feel like with Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei, sometimes they're yelling at it. I'm like, it seems like their feelings should be hurt right now,
right?
And then they're not.
But then they have sex.
So it is an interesting thing. Yeah, it is very different. You know, it is like a lot of yelling and like a lot of angry.
I know you don't love her performance. Would you? I think they have great chemistry, though.
Yeah, no, but let me just say, I think her performance is not terrible. I just, part of me wonders, it just felt, maybe it's just because
it feels like she's acting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
like
and
you can kind of see the script.
Yeah, exactly. And the kind of like the way her head bobs and all that, you know. But, yeah, no, I think they do have good chemistry. And I think like, you know, he's mean to her, but he does respect her.
And she stands up for herself.
She does stand up for herself. Though I did think it was interesting, in a way, the thing that's kind of still like very like male narcissistic at the end of the movie is that he finally gets her help, right? And she goes on the stand. But the thing she's most impressive of is something he already knows.
The car stuff?
Yeah, because he already clearly knows all that. Because
he sees it.
Yeah. So it's interesting that even in that moment, she's still doing something that he like. She's not
okay. So my little headcanon for that is that everything he knows about cars is from her.
It's from her.
It's
yeah.
like she has taught him because I imagine that when they started dating, she was like, just so you know, my whole family is mechanics.
Yeah, I guess
you're gonna
right.
need to know
so
about cars.
He learned it. Yeah, he learned it from
That's
her.
my little like, and I'm sure he was already interested because he's like a New York Italian guy who's kind of macho, and all those guys love cars. But I think he learned it from her.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, that makes sense. She knows quite a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like
really hot. That's my like, holy shit, I'm not gay, but that's so
that
hot.
That moment, yeah.
When she's talking about cars, I'm just like, you can do whatever you want to me.
I'm watching that like, do mechanics really know that much? She sounds like she's like a...
Not the one that I go to.
She sounds like she's like a industrial engineer or something. It's crazy. Yeah, no, that part, I mean, but that part's very funny. Gets her on the stand. Frankly, she's so combative on the stand. I'm a little like, come on, you know, put this shit aside. You have a guy's life on, you know.
Oh yeah, no,
she's like, I don't want to even do
selfish.
this. Yeah, I'm really kind of surprised at it because they're fighting, and then she's on the stand, and she's like, I don't know anything. I'm like, his fucking life is on the line. Just you don't need to make it about your personal relationship.
To be fair, in that moment, she didn't know that she held the answer.
True, and that goes to the male narcissism of kind of maybe the script writing, which is that even in her moment. It's him
It has
kind
to
of.
be him giving it
It's
to
him. It's really like him still like directing it. You know what I mean?
Well, because he gets to be good at his job for once.
It's like him. It's like she's, even in her being smart, she's being like retarded. Like he's controlling her.
But then she's
like, oh my God, I do know all this stuff.
You know what though? You do get to see her save him when
That's
with
true.
the Jerry Callow
That's
stuff,
the more of the moment, I think.
right? Like, because yes, in that moment he knows
because he's
and
playing
he
her.
has
He's
to
like,
get her to say what.
So she's
she
still like a
knows.
pawn. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah.
But then at the end, we get, he gets the handshake from the judge. Very like win some, lose some.
Yeah.
Jerry Callow, all that stuff comes back, and he's like, "What was all that about?" And she gets to be like, "I made a few calls."
That's
and,
true.
and
Not to be a feminist here, though, but how does he help her in her life?
He's gonna marry her. No, it is. Look, it's a movie that does not pass the Bechdel test. It's very off-brand for this to be my favorite movie.
It not even pass the Bechdel. I don't think there's ever two women talking
To each other,
the Bechdel
yeah.
test.
Two women,
But
who
they
are
can't-
both named,
but they
have
can't-
to be talking to each other,
And not about a
man.
guy.
Yeah.
So it didn't even have the two women talking to even have that. Yeah.
There are two women who talk, but not to each other.
Right.
Because you have the witness, the thicker glasses,
Right.
Mrs. Riley, and only Mrs. Riley.
I guess passing the Bechdel test is usually they don't pass it just because there's not usually even like two women talking, having lines in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are a few bare minimum things that we're asking for.
But
for women
I've
in movies.
I've overheard a lot of women talking. A lot of women don't pass the Bechdel test, to be honest.
Totally. Look, we're complicated human beings. We're we
I'll see
talk-
two
we
women
have a lot of
talking at
different
a
interests.
restaurant. I'm like, did a man write this dialogue?
But yes, unfortunately, her main want and desire is to be married to him.
Which is fine.
It's fine, but we don't really know. We don't even find out about the mechanic thing until that scene, right? We don't learn that she worked in a garage. There's no even like sprinkling.
Right.
We don't even get a little teaser.
There's something about her knowing cars in the beginning, though. I think the mud in the tires, like she knows everything about cars. There's something,
Did she?
but maybe not fully. He goes, because they're talking to that one guy.
Oh, that's right.
and
He
he's
does
like,
say,
she knows.
"You ever hear about this?"
I mean, to be fair, I did
You're
watch
right.
it last night, but but yeah, there's not a lot about what she's doing,
Right.
And that's the thing you're right about. She's a hairdresser. That's the thing
That's
you
right.
find out. I didn't realize she was a hairdresser, it is funny when you like in terms of stereotypes. Like if you look at her, what could she be? And she's literally like, I'm an out of work hairdresser. Like
Yeah.
that's about right.
Yeah.
But the other thing I don't get about the movie is like, so he lies to the judge about who he is.
Yeah.
And then there's this ongoing thing where the judge is going to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares if he finds out, though? I guess I don't understand what was the consequence of that. Was he going to take him off the case?
Yeah.
He would
Because he wasn't licensed to practice law in Alabama. He didn't pass the bar in Alabama. You can only practice law in the state where you pass the bar.
Oh, and
So-
he didn't pass the bar yet.
He did pass the bar in New York, but it took him like 12 tries.
Oh.
Or not 12, but it took him a lot of tries to pass the bar in New York.
Okay.
So he's trying to practice law in Alabama, and the judge is basically saying like, why should I let you? Like you have to be a reputable lawyer.
So he knows he hasn't passed the bar in Alabama, obviously.
Correct. It's like an exemption carve out, I think.
Exemption, but the carve out is that he's been in trials before.
Right.
I guess my thing, though, is once the trial's on the way, is he still possibly going to get kicked off?
Yeah.
Oh. Which would probably be good, because then they could have an experienced lawyer taking.
But I guess they can't afford an experienced lawyer. I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
they'd have to go with Tipton.
But then there's the worry at the end of the movie. Well, what's the worry then at that point? Like,
Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe like a mistrial. I really don't.
Because it's really like this big worry at the end where he's like, I got to get out of here.
I think he just thought he was going to get shot. Like, I don't know.
It's just like this whole like it's so worried about the judges being like, you bastard,
Right.
It also is a fun reminder about life without the internet. Just that like
You just got to wait on a fax.
yeah, he's like you could just say you're a different person.
God, it must have been so nice.
It's
You could
just-
just fake your death. You could
Fake
leave
your
your
death,
family so
have
easily.
affairs. The days of affairs are basically over.
Well, no. That's not true at all.
Yeah, I guess
the
not.
internet has also made affairs much easier.
Right, but like you're really rolling the die with affairs now. Everyone's so
Sure.
accessible.
Yes.
Especially if you're like, just anyone can just message anyone.
Yeah, I mean, or even like think of like the Coldplay couple.
Right.
Like they didn't even go online. It's just that we have cameras everywhere now.
Cameras
And
everywhere.
So you're just and then it gets disseminated
A
online.
lot of things are really hard to. Yeah, it's hard, it's really hard to have an affair now.
Yeah.
It's really hard to murder someone and get away with it.
Yeah.
That's like
no, life is hard now. We're not following our passions anymore.
I think about how to get away with murder a lot, just because I'm like curious. How can you get away with all the cameras everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
And it really is really hard. I'd have to like go into an alley where I have to make sure there's no cameras and like randomly kill like a homeless person. And what's the fun of that?
Or you have to be somewhere else. One little detail that I love about like the pilot in Dexter is talking about why he's in Miami in particular is because the murder solve rate, like the detectives are awful.
It's like really,
they're
yeah.
so bad. So that's why he like murders there.
It's a good place to get away with it. Yeah, that's good. But I guess anytime you're on a trip, if you're like hiking with someone,
Sure.
like if you're with your wife on a trip, I guess you could just push her off a cliff. Well, you get away with it. I mean, how do you
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think about how to kill my husband.
You don't? What kind of marriage is this?
No, I think about like what dating will be like after he dies.
Sure. Yeah. Is he sick?
No, he's just like, he's 8 years older than me. He's
Yeah,
left-handed.
yeah.
He's got everything going against him.
What's left-handed? I'm left-handed. Is that like
on average, left-handed people die earlier than right-handed
What?
people. It's not because you're like inherently like unhealthy. It's because and it won't even really apply to you. It mostly applies to like farmers and people who work with machines because all of that stuff is built for people who are right-handed. So a lot more freak accidents happen to people who are left-handed.
Oh, this is definitely not referring
but it's
to
just
me.
on average.
This is a manual labor thing.
Yes. This shouldn't
Yeah.
affect you until we're all back in the camps.
Okay.
But so on average,
That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
left-handed people die earlier than right-handed people.
Okay.
So yeah, I think about that, but I don't think about how I would murder him.
It's just to me, it's just a challenge, just because it's like,
Sure.
it's like, how do you get away with stuff anymore? Like
Yeah.
do people, like the guy in Colorado who murdered the 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Colorado, in Iowa. I mean, he was a forensic psychology major. He had it all planned out. He got like arrested like
He's an
immediately.
idiot.
He was. He also left.
We don't know what kind of student he was. We don't know that he was like an A student.
That's true. He could have just been like flunking every
Yeah.
criminal class.
Correct.
Well, apparently he also left the knife. Or he left the knife sheath there when he did
It's
it.
so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, you're also.
There are people who get away with murder. Like there are serial killers right now who are active.
Yeah. I mean, the key to it is killing like homeless people or prostitutes.
Sure.
Like that's it. Really is.
And I've always said that.
Like people act like serial killers are so smart. The Green River Killer was like mentally like slow, like
Right.
Forrest Gump slow, but he killed more people than anyone because he just killed prostitutes and no one cared.
Well, the other key to getting away with it is to be incredibly wealthy. You can
Right.
then you can kill whoever you want.
Sure.
For a
yeah.
while.
Yeah, I guess it seems like that might be part of the Epstein.
Can I tell you one of my favorite? I took a little look into the Epstein files.
Just a little look?
Just a tiny little look. And did you see? Apparently, Jeffrey Epstein did not like the comedy of Louis Black.
That's
Did
so
you see
funny.
that
I
about-
didn't see that. I saw Perlman post that apparently he was a big fan of Whitney Cummings. He was a big fan of Whitney Cummings.
I saw that.
That was real, right?
I think so. I wasn't for sure, but
Yeah.
so basically he would have these dinners where because he was like a big fan of comedy, and he would have
Right.
comedians over, and I guess Louis Black may have gone a couple of times. And there was one email to Epstein where he was like, I know you didn't really think that Louis Black was funny at your last dinner, but if he's available, would you want me to invite him for this? And then there's another email like a few years later that's like talking about some event. And he's like, and I know your favorite Louis Black will be there. It makes me love Louis Black so much.
But that really makes me worry because I don't think, based on that, Epstein would be a fan of mine.
No, I don't think he would.
Loud Jew?
I know. It's not
Loud
it's not
liberal
something he
Jew?
likes. Yeah.
He loved Whitney Cummings. I know
Loved
that.
Whitney
That
Cummings.
was like in the thing. Wow, that's hilarious. There are so many emails.
So many. I don't like the way that they email. I know that's not the big issue with the Epstein
The
files.
grammatical mistakes.
They're so casual about emails. It's so weird to me.
I know, and I was trying to think, like, it does seem like they're not very secretive, but then I'm like, I guess most of us aren't emailing thinking it's going to be read one day. But if you're a child sex trafficker,
but
you should have that thought.
He had already gotten away with it, though. So,
That's a good point.
why not just keep doing that?
I guess that's a good point.
I'm so glad we're talking about that.
I know. Why are we talking about My Cousin Vinny? No.
Do we think Vinny would have represented Epstein given the chance?
Well, he needs trial experience.
Uh-huh.
So, it's funny. We never had the Epstein case, I guess. The second one. I guess that was going to be a trial that we never had because he was
right.
died.
If the deal was going to be, yes. Right, because the deal was like.
Do you think he got murdered or killed himself?
I think he was murdered.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think he killed himself.
I could go either way.
Okay.
I mean, he definitely has reason to be depressed.
I will tell you this. One of his lawyers is married to my aunt.
Oh, really?
And he does not believe that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but he doesn't believe that Epstein killed himself.
Really? Because he saw him and talked to him, and he seemed like he was ready.
He was like he had no reason to kill himself.
Well, I was thinking, if you're Epstein and you have information on Trump and you're in jail and Trump is president, you would probably think you could get a good deal, right? Mm-hmm. That is a good point. Like you would just be like, because like she's like in Disney World prison or something right now. She's like she's like in the Goodfellas prison.
What are they called? Club Fed.
Yeah. So
which is good writing. Whoever came up with Club Fed, good job.
So he would have naturally thought that, I guess. But people were really angry. Like I think the world really did hate him so much in that moment.
Yeah,
I could see a
probably.
narcissist killing themselves.
Yeah, I could. Yes.
And don't you think if you're like...
But I just think from his perspective, it's like he got away with it before. Why would he think that this jam would be any different?
I just don't believe Trump would get away with it. I guess that's more...
He's getting away with it.
Getting away with...
You don't think Trump would get away with what?
Murdering Epstein. I guess I think we'd find out.
I mean, he said I could kill somebody on Fifth Avenue and nobody would care.
But the prison was in Brooklyn. I take him by his word.
You're right. He didn't say I could kill somebody on Atlantic Avenue. You're right. Yeah,
I guess. I mean, like, it is possible. Yeah, for sure. I could go either way. I definitely think it's very possible he got murdered. And obviously the Epstein shit is definitely making you more of a conspiracy theorist. Even though
all this stuff, sometimes the thoughts that I have, I'm like, easy, Ariel.
Well, I actually think that the whole Epstein thing is bad for our minds because it's just going to make because a healthy government would not just be unloading this on us without any kind of like investigation or committee.
And that's the first thing that I've seen that makes me think that we don't have a healthy government. But,
but like in a way, I feel like this helps Trump because unloading all this is just it's just pure chaos. And now you have people posting shit from it, but you don't even know who's posting. Like I could literally post a video of like a child being killed and be like, I just saw this in the Epstein file.
Yeah.
Like we're basically the committee going through it now. Like,
it is weird.
It is chaos.
When I realized, I was like, oh, I can just go on here and look something up.
Well, it's a scary example of like the government not really like existing anymore. It's just a pure chaos. So I don't know. I mean, like
I just put in comedy.
And shit pops up?
Yeah, he was on the email list for the seller.
Really? Yeah. Wow. I wonder if he was ever there.
I'm sure he was.
You know, Chomsky said he was like a great person to have conversations with.
Sure.
I'm beginning to think he must have been like a good hang, right? You kind of have to accept this at this point.
Yeah. I mean, also, like, I think that if you're a bad person who is into girls, you find other bad people who are into girls good hangs.
But not everyone who's with Epstein fuck kids. I just can't believe that.
That's true.
Like, I don't think, like, there's just not that much. I just don't think. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them did fuck kids,
of course.
But I just think we have to get. I do worry we're now going to get in this place where like anyone who had any message with him is like that's a pedophile.
No, he had to have been pretty charming.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of friends. I have like 2 friends. He has millions. If they did an investigation of me, it'd be like 20 texts.
You're like, wow, this guy was lonely.
This guy had like, how do you talk to that many people?
Yeah, right.
You know? But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not good. It does feel like, you know what it feels like? It feels like basically it's the billionaire version of the church scandal, essentially, right?
Where you're like, oh, this goes back so far to so many people.
And if that shit's going to happen in the church, like if the Catholic Church is just going to be rampant with pedophilia, then the secular billionaire community is probably also going to be, rampant with it.
I did when I was in DC this weekend, and when I was driving back. That's okay. When I was driving from DC to Baltimore, and I passed by a Comet Pizza, and I was like, wow, you just never know what celebrities you're going to see in DC.
Was that the Pizzagate place?
I just like drove past it. I was like, hey.
But then I see people, and this is where I get worried, because I'm a big anti-conspiracy theorist.
Same.
But obviously, I recognize that, first of all, this is not a conspiracy theory. A conspiracy theory is something that you keep on looking at it and there's never any evidence, but it just goes so deep.
Right.
Like, we know about this. It was never, and typically conspiracy theory is also something that, like, the actual conspiracies are shit that we find out about and go, oh, that was what's happening. The conspiracy theories are like, no, this shit, and then it never, you know what I mean? It's never the things you think.
Yeah.
But so, like, this is a real thing. But I do worry that, like, because we're so conspiracy theory like minded, that we have no hope left to have any grounding in reality anymore. Because it might be asking too much to be able to be like, there is a cabal of pedophiles, but also not everyone on that island fuck kids. Like, it might be hard for people to have that centrist position.
I think we also got to use a different word than cabal. Cabal is like so loaded
Close
now.
to Kabbalah.
Yeah. Also, like, it's bad enough that Epstein was Jewish.
He is like the new, like he set the Jews back, and we're already getting...
Between him and Weinstein,
it's bad.
Like, come on.
It's bad.
Come on. But I think, like, just the word cabal has these connotations where it's like, how about just like...
Hang?
Yeah,
Get
like
together.
a bad hang.
Yeah, cabal is bad. But I also saw someone immediately go and, like, clearly Steve Bannon used the Pizzagate conspiracy or the QAnon to get people distracted from the real thing. And I'm like, well, now you're doing a conspiracy theory to explain another conspiracy theory.
So I will say one of the conspiracy theories that I believe is that the government intentionally puts out ridiculous conspiracy theories to discredit things that could be true.
Right. But, I mean, you mean like Trump?
I mean, like writ large, like.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like, so like, for example, like Pizzagate, like putting that out as a way to discredit everything else that like is true.
I guess I just don't see it as this conscious, like, and this is where I don't see it as this conscious, like, the people on top are like, let's put out this conspiracy theory.
I think the CIA is doing all kinds of things.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think the conspiracies come from, like, the fact that there is so much sexual abuse, and you create this narrative, but there is real narratives of sexual abuse, and then you're creating this other narrative. I don't know, but the thing about QAnon is, I don't know, like, people are like, they just created that to distract people from Epstein, but it's like, QAnon got so popular that I kind of believe it, like, started out maybe as a joke and then built. I just think things kind of evolve.
Yeah, or QAnon was like kind of true. They just got the wrong people.
Right.
But like they gave it to like the kookiest, craziest people to elevate so that it seemed untrue.
Right. I mean, it isn't true.
Pizzagate. But it kind of... Oh, no, Pizzagate's not.
Yeah, but the Epstein thing is true.
QAnon
but
stuff
we did know about the Epstein thing. Like, that's the thing. This is where we're getting a little too conspiracy theory minded.
I know.
It's actually not verifying a conspiracy theory. It's verifying an actual crime that we knew about.
Yeah.
Like, the conspiracy theory was that Trump was trying to uncover trying to uncover like pedophilia in the billionaire in the deep state.
Right.
But it's just that Trump was a member of this Epstein circle of pedophiles.
But it does all go so much further than you think it does. It's like the crown princess of Norway is involved or whatever.
Well, this is the problem with like having to separate because he also was a guy who like worked with everyone and had a front.
Right.
So like it's like not everyone involved with him fuck kids, but maybe we're just.
There are a lot of people who were like, do you have any girls for me?
I know that's where it's like it's hard to like step. I guess I'm kind of like I believe most conspiracy theories are bullshit, but I guess I just don't. I know it's too much to ask people to like be reasonable about this, right? It's just like we're just kind of fucked.
This is actually the first time I've like talked about any of it
with
anybody, because I feel that way. I'm just like, you know what? It's just too much. I feel insane if I talk about it.
I have an ugly feeling about it all, which is that like I think it's just conspiracy theories have ruined the country.
Yeah.
And I think this is just gonna push us even further down that rabbit hole. And that's really bad. Cause like, you know, I also get a bad feeling in my stomach when people say Trump stole the election, because he didn't. He won. And Trump lied about the election being stolen. But when people started saying Trump actually was lying about winning last time, I'm like, well, now we're just as bad as him. We're fucked. You can't. Like, this is the scary thing about it. And I do think
this is why I just rewatch My Cousin Vinny, because I'm just like, it's all too much. I just want to rewatch something where I know how it ends, because I don't know how this ends, and it gives me anxiety.
It seems like it's like, yeah, well, it just seems like this reckoning that might not happen, and yeah, I don't know, and I don't know how to. I do know that you need an investigation that actually separates the people who really were involved in this. I mean, there's 3 types of people here, right? There's the people who really just didn't know, who are messaging him. There's the people who, and this is really the biggest shocker, the people who knew he had sex with children and still were friends with him. And that's like Noam Chomsky, which is really fucked up. And that's like a big shocking thing that so many people still talk to him after that. And then there's the third thing, which is the people fucking kids.
Yeah.
Or I guess the fourth Elon wanting to fuck kids and not being
invited. Hilarious.
He's on a camp on his own. But so like we need someone to be able to like be able to separate the 4.
Can I ask you this? Okay, let's imagine Epstein. It's like 2018. So you kind of know who Epstein is. Like, you know who he is or whatever. He's not in prison. And he's like, I want some comedians to come to my house. I'll pay each one $30,000, and he invites you. Would you go?
What do I mean, you're talking to someone who open for
Oh yeah. But that's, you know what though? And like, all
it's very different.
Yes, it is different.
Yeah.
It's not good.
What's the dilemma again? Say, what do I know?
So you know that Epstein has he went to jail for a year for trafficking girls, but he's out now. And he invites you and Louis Black and Colin Quinn.
He's giving me $30,000.
What? And he's paying you $30,000. Do you go?
I'd like to say I wouldn't, but I have this worry that in my head I'd be like, you know how we justify shit?
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know how we justify the worst thing? I'd be like, well, he went to jail. He served his time.
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, because even when you said he went to jail, I'm like, oh, well, he went to jail. And then I probably wouldn't research the part where it's like he had like barely in jail. And I'd just be like, well, he went to jail for a year. And then I'd be like, well, what did he get caught? Trying to solicit? Maybe he didn't know. You know, I'd probably...
Like, would you have done the Riyadh Comedy Festival?
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It's like, I'm having a kid. Like, I actually think it would be immoral for me having a kid to turn down that amount of money. I really do think that.
I get that.
And I actually think the Riyadh Festival, I still believe you can look at it 2 different ways. I actually think it's like, it's a weird thing. It's like unethical, but not immoral. Like, you're not actually hurting anyone. You really aren't hurting anyone. That's an abstract thing that you're hurting someone.
I mean, in the short term, no. But in the long term, potentially. You're not for sure. But
you could also potentially be... Because here's the thing. The one thing you know is like you're giving people in Saudi Arabia comedy. This is not... Everyone there was not like just the people in the government. Like there were people, citizens. So you are giving people comedy. And I do think people in Saudi Arabia deserve comedy.
Okay.
And I do think also it's different than people say, well, if you went to America, would you do a show for Trump? It's different because there's other options in America to perform. Saudi Arabia, the only way you can perform there is through him, basically. You can't just do chuckle fucks and
Yeah, I don't think it is really different, but
what about what I just said?
Because there aren't other options.
Yeah.
Right, but like, why do you have this imperative to go there in the first place?
Because you're getting a lot of money.
Right.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing. Is my thing. I kind of think you could justify it either way. Like Jessica, Jesse Kirsten. They were like, you can go on stage and talk about being gay.
Yeah.
For her to be able to talk about being gay to people in Saudi Arabia, isn't that like to
totally?
me?
I was not mad at Jessica Kirsten at all. Like, I think she did the right thing. Like, the people who I was mad about were like the people who did not need the money. Like, there were names on there where you're like, how much money do you need?
I guess my thing is, and maybe I'm wrong about all this because it is something where I feel like everyone's so angry about it, and I'm kind of like,
this was also like 4 months ago. It's like, who gives a shit anyway?
I guess part of me is kind of like, well, if it's okay for someone to do it, then it can't be that awful for someone else to do it if they have the money. Explaining it, like, there are some things that are so awful that no matter what, whether you're broke or not or whatever, it doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean? Like, working for a Nazi or something. You know what I mean? Like something where it's like, there are certain things where it's like opening for Bill Cosby, I guess, right?
Is that where you draw the line?
I feel like, no, I'm saying like, even if I didn't have money, I wouldn't open for Bill Cosby, right? Yeah, that's where I draw the line. So that's objectively bad across the board. Whether you're broke or not, opening for Bill Cosby, I think it's the wrong thing to do.
Okay.
He is one of the biggest serial rapists of all time.
Right.
Okay? So that's not this, because already you're saying you don't judge someone for doing it.
Right. So I think if you opened for Bill Cosby, I would not be like, Raanan, what the fuck? What a piece of shit.
Really?
I think I would still understand.
Really?
I don't think it's good. I don't think it's okay. But I would not go, you're fucked up for doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting, because I would think that's like he's like Ted Bundy. He's crazy. He's like raped like so many people.
So he has raped so many people. I'm not saying it's good, and I'm not saying I would do it, but I do understand why people take the jobs that they take.
Okay, so you kind of think it's okay so your moral view...
Again, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying I understand.
Your moral view is more like when people don't need the money. It's
correct.
Okay. I guess my argument against that is... so I don't want to talk for a little...
No, that's okay.
Is that okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Can we talk for like a little bit more to go? Okay. I think...
the only thing I have to do after this is go vote for the DSA candidate to make up for everything I've said.
No, it's good. We'll have this. This will be a good, interesting episode. My thing is... I don't think people like Bill Burr were doing it just for the money. That's where I think.
Then why, like, was it to like reach a bigger audience?
I think it's the ego of like exploring uncharted territory. So I'm not saying.
I think that's an even worse reason to do it.
Possibly, but I also think it's wrong to just assume it's for the money. Because I think that's not like looking into the person's perspective. I think he probably was more like, it's like performing on the moon. It's like a new experience.
Yeah, that's even worse to me.
It's worse if you think it's bad. I think he probably thinks giving Saudi Arabians like a show.
Right, but you have to look at like what the actual consequences are of doing that. And I'm not saying it's bad to give Saudi Arabians a show. I'm saying that to take money from the Saudi Arabian government,
right,
because they are trying to whitewash their image, because they
right,
keep murdering journalists,
right, and
enslaving people.
But Bill Burr, like, people are like, well, it goes against his values. But Bill Burr has legitimately said free Luigi, right? Mm-hmm. So Bill Burr thinks someone should just not go to jail for killing a United Healthcare worker, right? Mm-hmm. So Bill Burr basically thinks America is pretty awful to a degree where it's like he probably, I guess that level where you're saying free Luigi, you probably don't think Saudi Arabia is that much, you know what I mean? But you probably think it's all corrupt.
Okay, but if we're
right?
like really getting into the weeds of this, the murder of the United Health CEO was not a state-sponsored murder.
Right.
It was not at the behest of Donald Trump.
Right.
You know, like, that is different.
True. I guess it's my thing I keep saying about, like, there's no other way to perform in Saudi Arabia. So,
right, but, like, then don't perform in Saudi Arabia.
And that's my thing, because I'm actually against boycotting countries. Like, I actually think it's bad to boycott countries because you're punishing citizens. Likewise, I think it's wrong to not perform in Israel.
Okay.
Would you be against someone performing in Israel?
No.
Now, people obviously...
But I would be against somebody performing at the behest of the Israeli government.
Right. But
Like,
there's other
the
options in Israel. There's not other options in Saudi Arabia.
But you just
can't.
then why go?
So your point is basically like if you can only do it through them, then Saudi Arabians just don't get comedy.
Then that's
okay.
Yes.
I understand that, and that's a valid argument. That's a valid argument. I do think it's important to say that, like, you just don't think people in Saudi Arabia get to see live comedy.
I think that they. I mean, like, is it? I guess, like, do you know for sure that they don't have any other? I mean, I guess, like, everything there is state sponsored.
It's all state sponsored. That's the thing.
Then, yeah,
it's state sponsored, and
that
we're
is what I think.
And we're in an alliance with them. Like, we do business with them. This isn't North Korea. Mm-hmm. We're doing business with a country that.
I mean, we do business with Canada, and a bunch of Canadians are boycotting us.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, it is whitewashing, but it's also possibly hope that eventually they'll become more civilized with more communication with Western countries. I don't know. Couldn't you see it that way too?
I mean, I think that's, like, very foolish.
I'll say this: I don't think
that.
Not doing it makes them less brutal. I don't think, like, I actually just think abstractly you're not really hurting anyone.
I think you're giving more permission for them to be brutal.
Really?
I think you're saying it's okay that they're brutal.
But boycotting countries, like isolating them, doesn't tend to historically make them less brutal.
But they've isolated.
Like, it's not like North Korea is like, all right, no one likes us, let's be less brutal. You know what I mean? Like, I actually think that doesn't have the effect.
But normalizing it doesn't make them less brutal either.
I mean, it could, in the sense if you're creating communication with this country and it's bringing up how horrible they are. I don't know. And then seeing comedians performing, I don't know. To me, it seems like it's some kind of, like, sense of Western ideas, even in a fascist place, in which, I don't know, break through a little. That's very
optimistic.
I definitely don't think boycotting makes them less brutal. I know that. I mean, we boycott Russia. That's not making them less brutal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I do. I mean, this is where I just get into the idea that, like, it is an abstract thing in a way that other things, like, if you were to really break down immorality, which I think about, I think a lot about, like, moral philosophy, right? Something immoral is when you're hurting other people, right? Joe Rogan giving false information on his podcast, platforming Trump in a way that makes him look more human. What do you call it? Endorsing Trump. That's hurting people. That is, like, directly hurting people. This is different, in my opinion. You're not directly hurting people.
It is different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, like, an interesting dilemma because it's like, did you watch The Good Place?
Yes.
Like, that's, like, a big thing that they get into is, like,
I've actually had Jamila on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Nicole.
Yeah.
It is, like, this question, though, of, like, is it even possible to be a good person in the world that we live in? Because you can buy an avocado and the consequences of that can be incredibly harmful. Who's
the moral philosopher? Peter Singer, the one who says, like,
I don't know.
The one who says, like, every time you basically buy a pair of shoes, you're letting someone die because that money could go to be feeding someone in Africa.
Sure, but this isn't even like that money could go to this. This is like, by virtue of buying that avocado, you are fueling the avocado trade, which steals water from native communities.
Yeah, sure, right.
And, you know, uses
obviously we all have blood on our hands to some degree.
Correct.
And yet we can't let that can't let that equivocate everything to the point where we do horrible shit.
So I'm not saying, like, never do anything bad. It's impossible. I'm saying that I think, like, a lot of the anger was justified at people who were knowingly performing for a brutal regime and taking their money. And I do really love your optimistic view that by virtue of performing for people that it can broaden their minds and maybe change the way that they see their own regime and see what's possible. I think that's, like, very beautiful and maybe possible.
Making you kind of more into American values does seem, I mean, American values are. But seeing a bunch of and you're right, on one hand, they're not allowed to say everything. But I do think Jesse Kirsten talking about being gay, I do think that's a plus.
I agree.
And I do think it gets a little weird when we're saying it's not wrong for one person to do it, but it is completely objectively immoral for someone else to do it. I kind of believe in an immorality where it's like wrong for everyone, you know? I'm making some good points.
You are. No, this is like, because I also, that's an interesting idea. And I don't know that I disagree with it. I think like...
And I'm not a nihilist. I'm a very moral... I try to be a very moral person. I believe in morals and I think about it. I'm just wondering if this is more abstract than a real moral dilemma.
It's like for sure very nuanced. And I do think we've done a great job of showing how Jews argue versus the Italians and My Cousin Vinny, to bring it all back. I don't even know if I'm saying like, I think it's wrong for everybody to have done it. I just understand why some people did it, and I think it's justifiable versus other people doing it and it's not justifiable.
No,
I
that makes sense.
your reasons for going matter.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm not certain about how I feel about this. Like I feel like I could be convinced otherwise, and maybe I guess
just not by you.
No, but I feel like if I learn, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely ways I could like you show me a picture of, you know, Dave Chappelle performing on a slave's head or something. You know, I'm like, all right, it's definitely a bad look, which is I think getting into the ethics over the hurting people thing. But I guess my ultimate belief, and this is not great view, but my ultimate belief is because it's nuanced. Because you can look at it two different ways, and you can look at it as one hand, you could look at it like whitewashing. On the other hand, you could look at it as this is the only way that Saudi Arabians get to hear comedy, and why should they be punished for the horrible government? And this is the only way to do that. Because you can literally look at it as something good or bad, it's asking a little too much of people to turn down that much money.
Which is why I would understand if you opened for Bill Cosby.
Really?
Yes. Like, I think it's the same concept. Like, if it's that much money and it would change your life, I'm not saying it's good. I am saying I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be immoral for me not to do it. I literally think that. Like, if I have like...
But you said you draw the line at Cosby.
Yes. Like,
okay.
I do. Like, I really do. Like, like, to me, it's like... Yeah, I mean, I guess like a serial rapist... And this government that is kind of in between like barbaric fascism and some democratic values. It is a weird hybrid, which is ugly.
What are their democratic values?
I don't know. They don't hate Israel.
Jesus.
I don't know. They have some, I don't know. It's not fucking Iran, right? I mean, it's not Iran, right?
I mean, Saudi Arabia is not Iran.
So it's not as...
They are different countries.
I mean, it's not as, you know, you can wear...
What if next year Iran wanted to throw a comedy festival?
I think those Iranians really need comedy. So yes, I would do it. I would.
Okay.
I think they need comedy. If you could do it for the Iranian people.
But you're being paid by the Iranian government.
That's tough. I guess I would.
Like, why is that tougher?
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. There is like this kind of thing where it's like... It's
hard. I'm not saying it's like... I don't even know.
I guess they normalized it, so now I think Saudi Arabia is okay. I guess the whitewashing worked.
That's the thing. It works.
I'm like, well, Saudi Arabia's not as bad because Dave Chappelle performed there.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't really... I don't know either. I think maybe that's like a comforting thing about like My Cousin Vinny is there is like these people are innocent and these people were guilty, right? Like you get this clear cut, and there's something so nice about that.
Well, that's what's nice about ICE. It really is good versus evil. It really is.
ICE is good.
Yeah. I mean, really, like they're literally fighting to try to bring that kid back to the detention center.
Right.
I mean, it's horrible, but there's not nuance there.
But they will make an argument that they're doing what's best for the safety of America.
But they don't actually believe that.
I think a lot of them do actually believe that.
They think having that kid in there is like...
Yeah. Well, I think that's because they've like dehumanized anybody who's like not doesn't look like them and who didn't come over when they came over. You know, like I think like if you successfully,
I think you're right in the sense
people,
like Nazis thought it was their survival.
Correct.
But it's through a prism of sociopathology, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess the Nazis convinced themselves that if they didn't kill all the Jews, they'd be wiped out, I guess.
It's the like, are we the baddies? Like, it's like that.
Well, that's why I don't like the line when people are like, you're on the wrong side of history, because the truth is everyone thinks they're on the right side of history.
Of course they do.
Yeah. So I think it's almost arrogant to just, it's wrong to just assume, to act like people are like, oh, I know I'm on the wrong side of history. Now, some people are, yeah, you're right. I mean, Steve Miller believes he's doing what's best for the country. He has no human empathy.
Or DNA. I think.
DNA.
But
so
there
it's
I am, like, dehumanizing him.
Well,
right? Like,
some people should. I mean, I think what we've learned is that if someone's not having empathy, I don't know if they're, like, kind of in the same species.
I mean, like, that's a big question. It's like, what does it mean to be human?
We should
like,
start a moral philosophy podcast.
We should. Did you see Station 11? Did you watch that?
Is that
mini series?
No, what is that?
It takes place in 2020. A flu has killed 99% of the world population, and then it's sort of like when the first day that it hits, and then like the next 20 years it kind of shows.
Oh,
but there's
this is an HBO show with some British actress.
Yeah, probably
Emma Watson or something.
No.
Yeah.
But it's very good. There's this graphic novel that like kind of runs throughout it, but there's this one quote from the novel that they say a lot, which is, to the monsters, we are the monsters. And that's like, I think about it a lot. I think it's like,
I agree. Yeah.
It's not something that any of us are, and there is obviously, like, in this instance, there is like a good side and a bad side. It seems so clear.
It is important to understand that people aren't openly being like, I know I'm evil.
Correct.
It's important to understand that. It is.
They think they're doing.
That's
the
why
right
I don't
thing.
like when people go like, I'm obviously on the right side of history. It's important to understand that, like, everyone thinks they're on the right side of history. Some people are rolling the die being like, I hope this is the right side.
Right.
You know, but I do think it's important to realize that, yeah, people think they're right. But the question then becomes like, are you connected to like human, like you know, Stephen Miller thinks he's right, but I don't think he has like regular empathy.
Right.
So it's like, he doesn't know he's bad, which is really scary. Like, Trump doesn't know he's bad.
Yeah.
He really doesn't. He's like a crazy person. He's like, no, I'm the best thing for the country. So that is scary, you know?
Or
like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously it's scary, but I really do think he's like, no, I'm great. I'm a god. I'm going to save this country.
Right.
And he doesn't question himself. He has no empathy, but I don't think he thinks he's wrong.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We're fucked.
So just rewatch movies.
So rewatch My Cousin Vinny.
It's so fun. It's so funny.
This is an interesting
really
episode.
Yeah, I know. Do they all go like this? Does it usually?
Well, the problem is My Cousin Vinny. There's not that much you can say. It's a hilarious movie. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, but well, this was a good episode. Yeah,
this is great. This is very interesting.
Do you have any plugs? Sorry for keeping you so long.
No, that's okay.
Also,
Happy
it's freezing.
to be here.
I see you shivering.
I'm so cold.
I know. I feel like
we're
we're
like tuck my armpits.
I feel like we're in
my hands
Titanic
in my
right
hands.
now.
What if the end of Titanic was just Rose and Jack on that door going like, should we start a podcast? If we get out of this, do you want to start a podcast together? I feel like we have really good chemistry. Watch my special on YouTube,
right.
A Jewish Star. Come see me on tour, arieleliascomedy.com. Always going somewhere, and follow me on all social media at Ariel_comedy.
She's hilarious. Check her out. She's very funny. If you like Jews from Kentucky, which I assume you do, unless you hate watching this, and watch my special, Morbidly Jewish, on YouTube. Watch it now if you haven't. Share it, like it, and thanks for watching. Cut.
Raanan is fat and he's a Jew. He'll tell you something that you already knew. Your favorite movie sucks. Your favorite movie sucks. American Beauty or Forrest Gump. Your favorite movie sucks.